innocence of hope, the solitude of fear. Legs to hold you close, but never hold you near.
Hello. If you're new, welcome to Four Waller. If you've returned, welcome back. Here we talk about true crime. I post once a week, every week, so if that's your thing, then please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. That way you'll be the first to know when the new video is dropped. That's it. You ready? Today we're heading to Scotland, Clydebank, to a wee place called White Crook. And it's here we meet 15-year-old Paige Doherty. She's a beautiful, tiny wee thing in every way, loves her social media like every other teenager, and has a Saturday job for a bit of pocket money. And a bestest friend in the whole world, Lauren. Besties since the age of 7. On Friday the 18th of March 2016, Paige stays the night at Lauren's as they both have a Saturday job and can get up in the morning together. They often do this as best mates do and spend the night talking about Facebook, Snapchat, boys, fake tan, the usual teenage stuff. In the morning of the 19th, Paige leaves first as she has to travel 12 miles away to her wee hairdressing job. She's given a packed lunch Lauren's mum has made her, and she gives Lauren a cuddle and says her goodbyes. All is good and normal in the world until 8:21 a.m. when Paige gets to John Leathem's delicious deli, a place she goes nearly every single morning for a breakfast roll before heading off to school usually, or work in this case. She'll pass the newsagents first as the owner Ash shouts over, "All right Paige, how you doing?" She calls back, "Yeah, good Ash," and heads into the deli. Paige will not walk back out of this shop. Less than an hour and a half later, Leatham comes running out of the deli and goes into the newsagents. Here he'll purchase black plastic bin liners, gloves and a bottle of bleach, then runs back to the deli, locking the door behind him. At 10:03, he's seen putting a large bin bag in his boot. At approximately 12 noon, he gets in his car and leaves. Coming back a short time later to carry on serving as usual at the shop. Lauren is the first person to think something's wrong as she's been messaging Paige and getting nothing back. Plus she can see Paige hasn't been on her social media, both of which is highly unusual for Paige. She texts Paige's mum Pamela just to check if she might have heard from her, but she reassures Lauren saying, "Look, she's working and there's every chance she's really busy." Lauren will say, "But I've not heard from her all day." Pamela's like, "Look, she's probably forgot her charger." And Lauren will say, "Yeah, she's probably left it at mine." Now a bit more at ease, Lauren gets back to her own work. Paige, usually finishing work at 6:30, doesn't arrive home at her usual time. Remembering the conversation with Lauren earlier today, Pamela does start to worry. She checks around her friends and social media. Then friends start leaving messages on social media like, Paige, your mum's worried sick, she's looking for you, get home. But nothing. Pamela finds out Paige didn't go to work and knows this is totally out of character and contacts police. As Paige is a teenager, the police will say, look, she's a teenager 9 out of 10 times, they'll turn up. But Pamela knows this is not the normal 9 out of 10 times. So police log a missing persons case as there's no evidence to believe Paige has come to any harm. But as Sunday rolls around, Pamela is insistent the police look for her daughter, and police at this point are worried too. As Paige was on her way to work, all buses on the route are rigorously checked. CCTV, the bus drivers themselves, friends, family, they're all questioned, but nothing's adding up. On Monday at around midday, Paige's body will be found on Great Western Road in waste ground, literally like unwanted rubbish. The post-mortem will find Paige suffered over 250 independent injuries, including 61 stab wounds, 43 of which were to the head and neck, and approximately 85 slash wounds. Detectives will say this was a serious and sustained attack. They go back to the row of shops in Whitecrook where she was last seen. Shop owners are re-questioned and all CCTV available is taken away. What they find is shocking and undeniably suspicious. Paige is seen entering the shop but is never seen leaving. Closing his deli, he's then seen leaving on foot and coming back in his car. Leathem is seen running to the newsagents and back. Then filling his boot with a large black bag. On Wednesday the 24th of March, Leathem is arrested at the Delicious Deli and brought in on suspicion of murder. Paige's step-granddad William will say, I was in the shop about 3 hours before he was arrested and he actually says to me, how you coping, big man? He'll say, no comment, throughout being questioned, to the point the family are convinced they're going to trial. The shop is spotless to the naked eye, but when forensics lift the flooring in the back office, they find pooling of blood underneath, along with specks of blood on a fridge and cooker in the same room. When asked before the court how he pleads, he says, guilty. Stunning detectives, the prosecution and Paige's family. The motive, according to him, Paige came in looking for a job, so he takes her into the back office to write down some details, her name, number, age. Realising she's only 15, he tells her that he can't actually give her a job, to which Paige allegedly tells him that if he doesn't give her a job, she's going to spread it everywhere that he inappropriately touched her. This is when he says he just lost it. He said she stood up and started screaming, and he picked up a knife from a nearby shelf and mercilessly attacks this 15-year-old child. On the 12th of October 2016, in the High Court in Glasgow, John Leathem is given a life sentence of 27 years. Judge Lady Ray will say of his testimony, "No evidence has been placed before me to support your assertion. It is not part of the agreed narrative. It is not accepted by the Crown." He will appeal this decision and has his sentence reduced to 23 years. So what do you think? Do you think on appeal that it was a right decision to put his sentence down to 23 years? Let me know in the comments and we'll have a wee chat. Right then, thank you so much for coming to see me. I really do truly appreciate it. But this is my wee time out and I'll see you back here next week. And please remember, be kind to the person beside you. We're all human. Unless, of course, the person beside you is lethal.
And her life seems so demanding. She's just scunnered with it all. She's given up on love for coffee and TV. Let's set her up, but never sets her free.